Most people have felt that uncomfortable feeling at the end of the month when they look at their bank account and wonder where all the money went. They earned it, they spent it, but they cannot quite explain what happened in between. This is what life without a budget looks like. A budget is not about being strict with yourself or never enjoying your money. It is simply a plan. It is you telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Today, we are going to look at one of the simplest and most effective budgeting frameworks ever created. It is called the 50-30-20 rule. And if you have never budgeted before, this is the perfect place to start. Let us break each one down. The first category is needs. This is 50% of your income. Needs are the things you genuinely cannot live without. Your rent or mortgage, groceries, electricity, water, basic phone and internet, transport to work, health insurance. These are the essentials. If you stop paying for them, your life would fall apart pretty quickly. So they get the biggest slice of your budget. The key word here is needs, not wants. A need is the grocery shop. A want is the expensive restaurant. A need is basic transport. A want is upgrading to a more expensive car. As you go through your spending, be honest with yourself about which category things fall into. The second category is wants. This is 30% of your income. Wants are the things that make life enjoyable, but that you could technically live without. Eating out, streaming services, hobbies, holidays, new clothes beyond the basics, nights out, coffee from a cafe. These things are not bad. You are allowed to enjoy your money. But they belong in the wants bucket, and that bucket has a size limit. The third category is savings and debt repayment. This is 20%. This is the most important category for your financial future. It includes building an emergency fund, saving for retirement, investing, and paying down any debt you have beyond the minimum payments. This is the category most people skip when they are starting out. They pay for needs, they spend on wants, and they save whatever is left at the end of the month. The problem is, there is usually very little left. The 50-30-20 rule flips that around. You pay yourself first. You move that 20% into savings before you spend on anything else. Let us see what this looks like with a real example. Imagine you bring home $3,000 a month after tax. Under the 50-30-20 rule, $1,500 goes to needs, $900 goes to wants, and $600 goes to savings and debt. $600 a month into savings, every month. Over 10 years, even without any investment growth, that is $72,000. With compound interest, it could be significantly more. Now, you may look at your current spending and realize your needs are taking up more than 50%. That is common, especially in cities where rent is high. If that is the case, do not panic. The 50-30-20 rule is a guideline, not a rigid law. What matters is the principle behind it. Prioritize essentials, limit unnecessary spending, and always save something. If you cannot hit 20% savings right now, start with 5, then 10. Build the habit first. The amount can grow over time. There are a few practical steps to make budgeting easier. First, track your spending for 1 month. Just observe, write down, or use an app to record everything you spend. Most people are genuinely surprised by what they find. Small daily purchases add up quickly. Second, separate your accounts. Have one account for bills and needs, one for everyday spending, and a separate savings account that is slightly out of reach. When the savings are sitting right there in your main account, they are too easy to spend. Third, automate your savings. Set up an automatic transfer the day your pay arrives. Before you can spend it, it moves. This removes the temptation and the effort. Saving becomes invisible and effortless. Budgeting is not a punishment. It is a tool. It gives you clarity. It reduces the anxiety that comes from not knowing where you stand financially. and it creates the space for your money to actually do something meaningful over time. The people who build real wealth are not always the highest earners. They are often just the people who know what comes in, what goes out, and have a plan for the difference. In the next video, we are going to talk about credit scores, what they are, how they work, and the practical steps you can take to improve yours.